Superior Livestock will be having our next video cattle auction Friday, October 14th, live on RFD-TV from the historic Fort Worth stockyards. Deadline to consign your cattle is October 3rd, so get those contracts to us. Other Superior Livestock video auctions include November 4th, November 18th, December 2nd, and December 16th. For more information or to get a buyer number, call us today at 800-422-2117 or visit us online at superiorlivestock.com.
Selectback, a recognized branded preconditioning program helping to ensure that high-value, healthy calves are delivered to your buyers. Selectback includes programs for weaned calves, calves-on cows, and calves from various locations. Vaccinate your calf with trusted brand name vaccines like Multi-Shield Gold 5, Cattle Master, One Shot, and Dectomax, and reap the benefit of improved calf health and productivity. To take advantage of the power, safety, and efficiency of Selectback, call Superior Livestock at 800-422-2117.
Welcome back to Sunrise. Now, before we get started this morning, let's not forget that the Bucks by Design Mega Genetic Sale, it starts this weekend. It actually starts tonight with a great group of females and continues through tomorrow with outstanding bucking genetics. So be sure to tune in tomorrow on RFD-TV. Now, as many of us are well aware of the tough conditions down here in the southern region of the United States, cattle rancher Pete Bonds gives a practical approach on cattle ranching and what he's done to get through the drought.
This is a business to us. It's not a way of life. And we've driven so many of these young kids out of this business by that dadgum old saying, it's a terrible business but a great way of life. I just absolutely hate that statement. But we're really scattered from Veracruz, Mexico to Strathmore and Alberta, and we even have a few heifers we're breeding outside of Regina, Saskatchewan, and pretty well all the states in between. It's been awful dry. Really, it's unprecedented. I've seen it dry before, but in a lot of the areas of Texas, it just is flat forgot to rain. And we've got one ranch in south of Abilene that's had 3/10 of an inch on it since the first of the year, and November and December sure weren't wet. But here, right outside of Fort Worth, we've caught some rains, and we're not just real good, but it's not awful. We're getting very, very short of tank water, but luckily this country has some wells on it, and another good thing, they came in and drilled some of this country for gas, and we tried to get along with some of those gas companies, and they're going to fill some of our ponds up from some old frack water that they have, frack tanks that they have. So that's really going to help. We've definitely cut numbers. We've sold all of our replacement heifers. We've sold all of our first calf heifers. Those first calf heifers generate the least amount of income to you and have the greatest value. So we're getting rid of them. We're cutting pretty well every ranch that we're going through and palpating. We're not replacing any of the cows that we're palpating. Also, if we have to go rope her or catch her, she's got a bad attitude, she's gone too. We're extremely more critical on males than we have been, and we're cutting about 20 to 30% of these cow numbers back, and we're kind of known to some people that like to stock these ranches very, very conservatively. So I think we'll be okay, as long as in some country where we're dependent on surface water, we don't run out of water. The thing that's been different about this drought than any of these other droughts that I can remember, or even talking to some old men about the historic droughts of the 50s and the 30s and the teens, in droughts, it normally rains some. You'll get from 25 to 50% of normal. The problem with this drought, in a lot of Texas, it just hadn't rained. So if we get half or as much of this country that has been vacated, if we get half a normal rainfall, I think that there'll be some availability of some grass and be able to carry those cows into summer. And I think a fall-bred cow next summer is just going to be tremendous on her value. I'd love to contract some calves for next fall. If you will look at return on equity and figuring a 30% equity, there's no other business that I know of that's legal and some of them that aren't legal that will generate those kinds of returns. Also be looking at what these calves are bringing today. We're buying some calves today that have the ability to generate over 100% return on equity. That means you double your money every year. There's some opportunities out there. If you just don't get all head up and mad and depressed about what it's doing to the cow side of this business, there's some great opportunities out there if you can find a place or a feed yard to go to with these calves. We just need to keep doing rain dances and anything else that possibly can help. Everybody's been kind of kidding Rick Perry about the big day of prayer for rain, but it didn't work. Well, maybe the next one will. Your success on rain dances is real critical on timing.
Well, one thing's for sure, Pete Bonds does have a practical approach to cattle ranching and is a little lighthearted that we just need to keep doing those rain dances. On another note, the Cattlemen's Beef Board, well, they welcomed a new Chief Executive Officer to their committee this week, Ms. Polly Ruland. She has been serving as the interim CEO since late June and brings to the table years of experience in the beef industry. She first joined the beef team in 2010 as Director of Evaluation after she had spent nearly 6 years working with the National Cattlemen's Beef Association. Ruland has a master's degree in agriculture with an emphasis in beef industry leadership from Colorado State University. Another exciting venture, Pfizer Animal Health, they released really great news this week. They have developed a new online learning tool that offers guidance to producers and veterinarians looking to make more informed decisions in advancing genetic progress in their herds. There are 3 e-learning sessions online, the first being using genetics to optimize cattle performance. These sessions will be made available at learncattlegenetics.com. Like I said, they'll help beef and dairy producers as well as veterinarians in the cattle industry to understand how to use genetic testing to accelerate genetic performance and alleviate risk. And don't go anywhere, folks. Sunrise will be right back after this. Join Superior Productions September 24th for the Cross/Ranch Dispersal Sale from their ranch in Hartselle, Colorado. Vern Wagner and his family are offering more than 50 years of foundation breeding, including WEISCAMP, Blue Valentine, King, Dog Bar, and Mr. PEPPY bloodlines. Breeding stallions producing mares with foals, yearlings, 2- and 3-year-olds, and undersaddle horses will be available. Call us today to get your buyer number at 800-431-4452. Many say the West begins right here in Fort Worth, dating back to the mid-1800s when Fort Worth, Texas became the last major stop on the legendary Chisholm Trail, that dusty old path where millions of cattle were driven north to market. Although times have changed, this city sure still embraces the West. Not 5 miles from downtown, cattle tracks are still seen on the brick roads in the stockyards of the National Historic District in Fort Worth, Texas. It's the only place in America that offers a twice-daily cattle drive, and that's something the city certainly hangs their hat on. Fort Worth Mayor Betsy Price couldn't agree more.
I mean, I grew up here. I was born here. And Fort Worth, that Western heritage is crucial. I mean, I grew up riding in the Grand Entry and in the Stock Show Parade and showing horses. We had paint horses that we showed at the rodeo. It's crucial that we keep that identity.
In the 1800s, the Fort Worth Stockyards was a temporary home for all those head of cattle waiting to be loaded aboard trains. Along with the train station, the Livestock Exchange building served as a meeting place for ranchers to sell their cattle. Although that was nearly 150 years ago, Superior Livestock Auction nestled into the Exchange building, once again making it a central meeting place for farmers and ranchers from across the country to buy and sell cattle.
In this building that we're in, the Exchange building, is where the commission companies had their offices, and they were the brokers for, the ranchers would bring their cattle and they'd sell them, load them up on trains and ship them out of here. It was pre-trucking as we know it today. Where we have our sales used to be a bank, and what we use for storage here are vaults that I could imagine were full of important documents and money and those kind of things. You know, what's really neat about working down here, if you leave your door open, you can still hear people walking around with spurs on. And there's somewhere between Tarrant and Dallas County, there's a line that you cross where, you know, the West begins.
Fort Worth, Texas is the 17th largest city in the nation and still growing. However, even with rising skyscrapers, our town lawyers still wear cowboy boots with their suits, and Fort Worth basks in its colorful Western history and heritage.
The Western heritage is what makes Fort Worth very special. I mean, people come to Fort Worth, they come to Dallas even, and the first thing they want to do is go to the stockyards. I went about last week to Charleston, South Carolina for the Mayor's Design Institute, and everyone there actually knew all about Fort Worth, and they said, oh, that's the home of cowboys and culture.
Superior Livestock Auction helps define the culture of the stockyards.
When we moved in to this building, you know, the method of marketing livestock, Superior revolutionized that, where you know, we videotape the cattle and then sell them via closed-circuit satellite broadcast. And then with the advent of the digital satellite dish, we were able to reach more people and consign more cattle and sell more cattle. And those buyers who used to you know, drive the wheels off a pickup looking for cattle could now just sit in their living room or their office, watch the sale and bid on the telephone. And now we use the internet, and to great success too. We continue to sell about 1.7 million. That's been our average for the last 5 years. 1.7 million head of cattle a year. It's all based here in the Exchange building.
From carloads to buying cattle via the internet, Superior Livestock Auction will continue to embrace the culture and history of the Fort Worth stockyards, and for many years to come. Now, before we go to break, we need you to mark your calendars that the Kirkus Black Angus will be having their internet sale tomorrow from 1 to 3 p.m. Central Time on SuperiorClickToBid.com, and the Hoffman W4 Top Internet Female Sale will be this Sunday at 1 p.m. also on Superior Click to Bid. So you need to call us today to get your buyer number if you are interested in those sales. And let me tell you what, they are great genetics that will be offered from across the country. And coming up, we have a couple interviews, so don't go anywhere. Sunrise will be right back.
Horn flies irritate cattle and can negatively affect the profit of your beef operation. Financial losses include decreased weight gains, feed efficiency, and milk yields. For as little as 3 to 5 cents per head per day, Alticid IGR is a feed-through that goes to work in cattle manure where horn flies lay their eggs. Alticid IGR prevents horn fly larvae from developing into breeding, biting adults. Help keep your cattle peaceful, profitable, and horn fly free with Alticid IGR in your supplement program. To learn more, call your feed dealer today.
Let's face it, you don't think a lot about your trailer hitch. You use it and forget it. We understand. But at B&W, we think about it. Short nights, the long hauls, the never-ending chores. The unthinkable. We think about it all, so you don't have to. B&W.
September and October are chock full of Superior production sales featured on RFD-TV and Superior Click to Bid. Check out SuperiorLive.com for all the details. Here's a list of our upcoming auctions. McKellar Angus from Mount Pleasant, Texas joins us Friday, September 30th on SuperiorClickToBid.com for their annual female sale offering top quality genetics. Saturday, October 1st is the Nelson Land and Cattle Mature Cow Herd Complete Dispersal from Kingston, Oklahoma. If you want quality registered Hereford cattle, this auction is for you. Torres Brothers Bucking Stock Sale will be held Saturday, October 1st. Located in Mount Airy, North Carolina, it's home to champion bucking bulls Messy Mossy and Bone Collector. Saturday, October 1st, Leachman Cattle of Colorado will be having their California Bull Sale live on the internet, featuring 160 of Reputation Angus, reds, and stabilizer bulls. Express Ranches of Yukon, Oklahoma joins us Monday, October 3rd on RFD-TV and the Internet for their annual Ranchers Bull Sale. Express Ranches, known for producing exceptional genetics. The Ash Angus Annual Bull Sale is Monday, October 10th from Stanford, Texas, offering outstanding bulls that are performance developed and raised to provide reliable Angus genetics. Tuesday, October 11th marks the Pal Hereford Internet Sale from Fort McCavitt, Texas. Join us on SuperiorClickToBid.com to see powerful bulls and groups of females. The R.A. Brown Bull and Quarter Horse Sale from Throckmorton, Texas is Wednesday, October 12th. The R.A. Brown Ranch, known best for powerful breeding of bulls and females and named Best Remuda by the American Quarter Horse Association. Dudley Brothers' 50th Annual Hereford Bull Sale Thursday, October 13th from Comanche, Texas. Dudley Brothers, practical and adaptable commercial bulls and females that work well throughout Texas and surrounding states. Whitestone Farms from Aldie, Virginia will broadcast their auction Saturday, October 15th on RFD-TV and Superior Click-to-Bid. They'll be offering more than 200 registered Angus females. To learn more about all these great upcoming auctions, log on to SuperiorLive.com or call us today at 800-431-4452. Joining me now is Rob Jackson. He's the manager of Superior Livestock's internet auction as well as our country page. You've seen him on Sunrise all summer long. But why I have you on this morning is you have a ton of cattle offered on the country page. Talk to us about that.
Oh, we've got a lot of cattle, Katie. We've a lot of breeding stock going on. We've got a lot of bred stock going on. We've got almost 2,000 head of them. And we've, a lot of this droughted out country has got people wanting to get rid of some bred stock. We've got we got cattle everywhere, good cattle all over the country, all over the country, from Texas, Oklahoma, a little bit of New Mexico, and we have got a lot of feeders and stockers on also. I mean, we've got a lot of cattle on.
I think what's so great about Superior's country page is that no matter what time of day it is, no matter if it's a Sunday, if it's Tuesday, Thursday, you have cattle available every day.
Oh, we've got cattle available. You can go bid on them all the time. I mean, it's very low stress. You can hop on there, take a look at all the different lots you want, and throw a bid on there and, find out if a consignor will take it, or, we'll do some negotiating back and forth and see if they'll buy our cattle.
What is your rapport with the reps as well as the clients that you've been dealing with through Country Page? Do they like what they're seeing?
They're loving it. We're really starting to grow. We're starting to get some, more and more reps using it every day, and, the buyers really like it. It's very easy for them. They can hop on, they can throw a bid on there, they can, they can put it on there, they can see if they like it, see if these consignors like it. And then the reps, it's very easy for them also. They call us, they throw a lot on, they just get in front of a lot of people.
So with these lots, when you put them on Country Page, is there a specific time that they come down, or do you leave them up there as long as they want?
Well, we leave them up there for a while. It's they come down every Friday afternoon. We pull them off and we clear all the bids, but then they're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The guys can get on there, bid on them all weekend, all night, every day. It's very simple.
Can you give us an estimate on how many head of cattle you have up there right now?
We've got a little over 6,000 feeders and stockers on there right now, and we've got about 1,500 to 1,750 bred stock. And we've got a lot of bred stock that are very, that'll fit a lot of different programs, and they're all over, so it's very good.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us on Sunrise this morning. And folks, like he said, if you want to look into Superior's Country Page or our internet auctions that happen every other Friday, we don't have a video cattle auction. You can do all of that by visiting us at SuperiorLivestock.com. And don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. The Superior Fall Family Horse Auction is coming to RFD-TV Saturday, November 5th, live from the historic stockyards in Fort Worth, Texas. If you have a great ranch or using horse, or even a nice rope or performance horse that you'd like to consign, call Superior Productions today at 800-431-4452 or visit us online at SuperiorLive.com. Hey guys, Bad Boys done it again. Me,
MTV by Bad Boy Mowers.
It's performance with Bad Boy. And this on-the-fly 4x4 all-new gas-powered off-road rocket is making a splash. With trail-absorbing suspension and four-wheel hydraulic brakes, this 28-horse liquid-cooled direct-drive MTV was designed by pros but will take you anywhere. All for just $74.95.
That's the MTV by Bad Boy Mowers. Ride with an attitude.
Try it for 60 days, and let's see the difference it'll make in your animal.
You have an all-in-one feed, it makes all the difference in the world.
It's been a very good product for us.
My chickens are really great layers, and I think that's because of how I feed them. They look more complete, they fill out really well.
You get exceptional gain, you get exceptional growth.
It does make a difference that we can see, day in and day out.
Take the 60-day challenge and save up to $55 on Purina feed. Sign up at purinadifference.com.
Joining me now is world champion auctioneer Ralph Wade from Chickasha, Oklahoma. It's so good to see you. I feel like I haven't seen you in so long.
Well, it's been a little while, and welcome back to Fort Worth. It's great to be back down here with our sales and getting in off of the road, but it's been a great summer. We've had a great run now. It's been a good ride all summer.
You were here yesterday afternoon. Did you see the rain we got?
Oh, you bet. I drove all the way in rain from Duncan, Oklahoma to Bowie, Texas before I ran out of it. Not real hard, you know, but I had to use the windshield wipers all the way.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited. And today is the first day of fall, so I know rain is on the horizon. It has to be.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. If you'd mentioned whether or not this is the first day of fall, it's great. I just was on the phone to a fellow up in Oklahoma, and he said it feels like fall there, and they've got fog across the ground, he said, through the valleys. And that's always a sign that down the road, maybe a week or whatever, I forget how many days it is when you have fog, that you're going to have rain. So we're all sitting up there in Oklahoma waiting for another rain.
Like Pete said earlier in the show, he said rain dances have a lot to do with timing. And I think the fall is good timing to start having those rain dances and more rain. And I can't tell you how excited I was when I got in the car this morning and the temperature said 58 degrees. I thought it was a joke, but, you know, not that long ago, it was 96 degrees at 6:30 in the morning here. So
that's right, and 115 at 5 the next evening. So it's you bet. It's great, and it is good. I love the fall of the year. Great time when you start out the morning with that jacket on, get out, ride through that crisp air. Horseback is nothing better. Nothing better.
Well, yesterday afternoon we sold some bread stock. Today we have a full schedule ahead. Talk to us about what we're going to see in the auction today and what you're looking for.
Katie, we're going to start today out. As you said, we sold our bread stock yesterday, had a really good bread stock sale, a lot of good bred heifers and cows. And today we're going to start out with regions 3, 4, 5, and 6 of our feeder steers, and then 3, 4, 5, and 6 of the feeder heifers. And then we'll go to 1 and 2, regions 1 and 2 on the feeders, both steers and heifers, steers being first. And then we'll revert right over into the 1 and 2 regions of the calves, weaned calves, and then calves on cows. Then we head off to our great friends and crackers down into Florida and sell their good stock that they've got on the sale, and then come back up into region 3, 4, 5, and 6 on the weaned calves and calves on cows to wrap up our day.
We have more than 70,000 head that we've been offering yesterday afternoon and all day today. I love the abundance amount. We're going to have our next auction October 14th. Talk just a little bit about how great the cattle sell with preconditioning programs.
Well, you know, Katie, we've talked about that all summer at our big sales around and visiting as we get to go down the road to Omaha, well, actually Council Bluffs, I always call it Omaha, Steamboat, and on out to Winnemucca. We get to visit with a lot of the ranchers, but also a lot of the buyers, and we get a lot of feedback as to how they're getting along with the calves that are all on programs, that have had all of their shots, that you know, have had their inoculations and on a good program, as well as the all natural and the NHTC and those programs that are out there, and it's just really great, and you can see the difference in the price wise as what they're getting for their cattle, and it's all about, you know, the profit that they can make, but with these programs it's just so profit incentive for these buyers to buy these cattle because of their health. So it's really a great program.
Great. Well, today, like I said, we have a full schedule, but you're not leaving town too quick. We have an auction. We have tons of auctions all this weekend from our production fall sales season starting. But tomorrow at 1 o'clock, we have the cross/dispersal horse sale. You're going to be there as well as Ted Odell and myself. And let's just talk about the horse auction and what we're going to do tomorrow.
You bet, Katie, and it's always sad for me to, being a horse lover as I am, to see a big ranch, especially like the Cross Slash, that's, having to get dispersible and going out of business after years and years of their breeding programs and what they've done in the horse business. And it always makes you a little bit sad to be involved in one of those. But, progress goes on, and I'm sure that they're moving on to better things and things down the road. And I know it's going to be a great sale. We've had a lot of interest in those horses, and they have a great program.
Yeah, they do. The foundation breeding that they have at that ranch, they offer Blue Valentine, WEISCAMP, Dock Bar, Mr. Sand Peppy. I mean, really great foundation bloodlines that I feel ranchers look for a good stout horse that's going to carry them through all day.
You're exactly right, Katie, and that's something now that in the horse business that I think you're seeing come back, especially with the AQHA, who has implemented their program for the heritage ranches, and a lot of these ranchers that raise the Blue Valentines and the Hancocks and the old, not say old or not the old, but of the foundation, foundation bloodlines, and they're hard to find, and it's hard to find these good horses. We were at Fisher's just this last week, another ranch that is totally foundation all the way through with their great program. Had a great sale, and I'm sure tomorrow that we're going to have a lot of people looking for these good foundation horses that are in these programs like this. It'll be good.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad you're here all weekend. I feel like I said I hadn't seen you in a while, so thank you for being here. We thank all of you folks at home joining us this morning on Sunrise. Now, mark your calendars. Like I said, our next auction will be Friday, October 14th, live once again from our studios in Fort Worth, Texas, and world champ auctioneer Ralph Wade will be on hand. If you haven't gotten your buyer number for today, you can call us right now at 800-422-2117. Now, we're just minutes away from today's auction, but before we sell that first lot, please remove your hat and stand for the playing of our national anthem.